Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the female solution.
And welcome to Global Talks, our December edition. And today I have a very inspiring friend on the show to introduce to you all. I had a dream in Africa. Well, not me, but my very special friend that I would like to welcome, Dr. Evelyn Tawiah.
That's correct.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Zanna. I am really, truly happy to be here with you today.
Wonderful. I'm really, truly happy that you're here today, because we are going to talk today about your story, because yours is actually about making dreams reality, which I think it's something you're particularly good at doing. You have an inspirational story of commitment, courage, and a passion for life. I think that's true to say. So what I wanted to do was really kind of take our audience way back, well, it's not that far back, to when you first started on this planet. You were actually born in the UK, weren't you?
That's correct, yes.
And then you then you went to Ghana.
Yes, that's correct.
And carried on your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I'm quite curious as to what you were like as a child, because you were very passionate, weren't you? And one of the things that you were very passionate about was making people better.
Yes.
Healthcare.
Yes.
So shall we start there? Because that's where a lot of your story starts, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. So, like you rightly said, my parents were immigrants to the UK in the 50s. So then I was born in the UK, but then we had to go back when they finished their studies. Growing up, one of the things that struck me was the disparity between the people who had and people who didn't have. And, the health status, some people had everything they wanted and others didn't have. And I remember clearly as a child that it got me really angry. I just didn't understand why some people had in the country where I was and others didn't have. And eventually I also began to, look at the world in general, how some countries seem to have a lot more and others don't have enough. And these are some of the situations that drive what I do. It's always about making sure that we all get a bit of the cake in this world, so that no one group has so much and another group has nothing. So this was driving me, invariably to where I am at the moment right now.
Yeah. So that was you growing up into an older child in your teens,
mm-hmm.
and your passion grew, and you trained to become a qualified nurse.
So yes, so when I got to the UK, I couldn't get straight into medical school. So I trained as a nurse and I worked as a nurse, as a community nurse. I think if the audience here are mainly from the US, it'll be the equivalent of your visiting nurses. That's what I did in the UK for about 15 years, where we saw patients at home with all sorts of conditions, and we helped that way. And after I'd done that for a while, the pull to get back to Ghana, where my roots are, got stronger and stronger. So I felt that I needed to get to medical school, because with the knowledge and the qualifications, I could do a lot more. So at a ripe old age of 47, I got back to university and got to medical school. I had 2 young children then, but I was, God's grace, I was able to get into medical school and qualified in my 50s, really, to become a doctor. The journey has been torturous, I would say, but very, very rewarding. And the pool, as you know, as I started working as a medical doctor in the UK, I worked mainly in accidents and emergency, or what the US listeners will call ER. That's where I spent most of the time, in ER. Looking at patients coming in with quite acute illnesses. And that's what I did for 7, 8, 9 years until COVID hit, and my job changed slightly. But the pool to go home never changed. I mean, I had to wait for the children to grow up and for other things, for me to then have the chance to be able to leave my adult children and then go back home. And now I'm back in Ghana. As we speak, I'm sitting in London. I'm just here for a visit, but I'm back in Ghana, working towards the dream life. I'm not there yet, but we're getting there.
Well, I think you're amazing, to be honest with you. But in that time before you went back, you also had a passion for adventure, didn't you? Travel.
Yes.
And you've been to some places, and you've got some fantastic stories, haven't you?
I still have that passion. I mean, the more money I get some money now, I'll be gone again. I've always loved geography. That was the other side of me in secondary school. And that has, if I hadn't gone into medicine and healthcare, I would have been like a geography teacher or something. So traveling is to satisfy that side of me, of the adventure. So I love going to small countries that people don't even know about. You mentioned and people don't even realize where it is. I love train journeys. I love bus journeys, because then you can see the countryside, the rivers, the seas. So I like all that, and I'm thankful that I'm able to do some of that now. So that's the other side of me. When I'm not into healthcare and the other things I do a bit of traveling. Yes.
Brilliant. So one of your trips was the USA.
I
remember there's a story. Weren't you visiting oil wells or something?
So, yes. So that was with a group that we were working together with, and there was some oil well somewhere in Texas. They went. I didn't do that particular trip, but a lot of us went, and they went to the wells. I think it's somewhere near Austin, something like that. They went to, but I've been to the US. I've done so many conferences in different states in the US. We have family in New York, so I've been there several times. So the US used to be a destination that I used to do regularly.
Actually, you ride in a helicopter to go someplace.
Oh yes, okay, all right. So I attended. Okay, that's another one. So that was in San Francisco somewhere. I attended a conference near a place called Vacaville. It's near the Napa Valley. And I went to visit an organization, and they work with like drug addicts, homeless people and stuff like this. The organization is called Crossing the Jordan, and they were based in California. Then I think they've moved to Florida. And after I'd done the visit, they just put me in one of their light aircrafts and flew me from where they were to Vacaville, where I was going to do my conference. So that was it was fun actually. So, they wanted to fly me across the Golden Gate, but when we got to San Francisco, there was so much cloud that we couldn't really get that far. So they landed me some airstrip somewhere, and I went to work to my conference. Yes, that was exciting. Yes.
I always remembered that story. I thought it was fantastic. And of course, you've done a huge amount of Europe, haven't you?
Yes. During the COVID period, when it was a bit, when I was working in an ER or A&E, but the UK government put out the message that really you shouldn't go to hospital until you're really, really, really very ill, and people were genuinely afraid of coming into the hospital. So we used to go to work, and there's a lot more doctors and nurses than the patients. So in the end, some of us, because I had a locum contract. I didn't have a full-time contract. So we had to go and stay at home. And then as the COVID went on, I got a really good job in the south of Spain, which is a place called Gibraltar. It's actually part of the UK, but it's on the mainland of Spain. So I got a job there. And with that job, it allowed me a chance to travel around like Spain to 2021 when COVID was at its height and most countries had shut down Spain had to open up just a little bit because they needed the tourism money. So in September 2021, I jumped on the train and I spent a few days in Madrid, a few days in Valencia, a few days in Barcelona. I just traveled on by train around Spain. I've been to France, Italy, and everything else. Just because if you live in that part of Europe, it's lots of other places are accessible. Yeah. So you can just jump on the plane and within 2 hours, 3 hours, you're in another country. So I did a fair amount of traveling in Europe as well. Yes, just to satisfy the geography side of me. Yes,
absolutely. Yes. So then I guess it was a couple of years or 18 months after that Gibraltar period.
Yes, I was there for about 2 years. I spent in Gibraltar. Yes.
Because that kind of then set you up to kick into action a particularly special dream.
Yes. Yeah. So like I've said, as I had grown older, the pull to go back home to Ghana to make a difference got stronger and stronger. So I'd wanted to go to Ghana, but I had younger children, so I had to wait for them to grow up, and then one thing or the other, and then I bought my ticket and everything. And we were going to go to Ghana in 2020, February, March 2020. And then COVID happened and everything was shut down. So it means we couldn't go. I bought the ticket and everything. I couldn't go. So went off to work in Gibraltar. And then from Gibraltar, I just decided this was it. I had to go because otherwise other things was always coming up. And then my dreams was being pushed further and further away. So when I told my bosses that I really wanted to go back home, nobody believed it. I mean, Gibraltar was a really, really good life. It's a good place. It's nice. The weather is fantastic. It's Mediterranean. It doesn't snow. Really very nice. It's part of Europe. The working conditions was amazing. The people were great. I mean, we could have dinner. I mean, I worked in Gibraltar. I just crossed the border. Within 15 minutes, I was in Spain. I had dinner. I had lunch. I mean, it was really beautiful.
Yeah.
But I was telling myself, if I continue to say this is a nice life, this is a beautiful life, my dreams get pushed, it'll be further and further away because I've seen what I think is a good life and I wouldn't do what it is that I really wanted to do. So I kept on saying to myself, I've made a few promises to myself. And if I make the promise to you, Zanna, or to anybody, I try and deliver on those promises. Why would I want to fail on the promises that I made to myself? So my boss will call me and say, "Oh, Evelyn, can I give you some more shifts? I'm doing the rota," and I'm thinking, no, I've said to you, I need to go back. I've said to you, I need to go back. So I left a very, very nice life, an easy life, and went back home because I needed to fulfill the promises that I had made to myself. And this is what took me to Ghana. So I didn't come back to the UK after I'd done my Gibraltar trip. I came to the UK, packed my stuff, shipped what I could ship back home, and the rest I got rid of it. And then went to Ghana, and I've been in Ghana 3 years now. I come to visit because I've got family and friends in the UK and travel a little bit when I can. But I needed to go back home. I needed to be with my people, and that's what I've done.
Absolutely. Amazing. We're going to go into a short commercial break any moment. But when we come back, we're going to talk about your dream in Africa, in your motherland, Ghana. And we're going to tell the audience what that dream was. But specifically, I think it's how you create, well, from your dreams, you create vision. You find solutions and you make it become reality. And when we come back into part 2, we will see that. So I shall see you on the other side of the commercial.
See you shortly.
Just a moment.
Wow.
Everything we're made of contains light. From the sun that feeds our world to the energy that flows within us. With LifeWave X39, we've found a way to put that light to work. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology,
X39 uses light to elevate GHK-Cu, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality. By gently stimulating the skin with light, our non-invasive, non-transdermal X39 patches help you conquer your active lifestyle and pave a new way to vibrant health.
Have you ever felt called to start a nonprofit but had no idea where to begin? Or maybe you're already pouring your own time, energy, and money into a cause you care deeply about, but you know you could make a bigger impact with the right support. Imagine having a team behind you. Imagine being able to secure funding. Imagine scaling your mission so you can reach more people and change more lives. That's exactly what this training is designed to help you do. We've taken the entire process of launching a nonprofit and broken it down into 7 simple steps, including how to obtain your 501c3 status, how to use it effectively, and how to stay in compliance so your organization continues to thrive. You will walk away organized, confident, and most importantly, grant ready. Register now at 501c3startuptraining.eventbrite.com. That's 501c3 startuptraining.eventbrite.com.
Welcome back. So we're going to talk about, we talked about where you reached in life, a very comfortable life in Gibraltar, and then you had to make that decision to get back home to Ghana. But you had a specific dream, didn't you? You had a vision of what you were going to do. So yeah, let's talk about that, because it's just amazing.
Okay. Where can I start? I've always wanted, I went into health, and I've always wanted to be able to help others do more and achieve more. Now, I remember my mom passed away in 1998, and we flew her body home to Ghana because we were all living in the UK then. And I saw these young children, and I felt a pull that I really could help these children. And when I came back to the UK, I'm thinking, if I help those children and they still go back to homes that are not optimal or ideal, or the decisions aren't being made, then the children go back to the same old way of doing things. So I said to myself, what if I work with women? Because invariably, women, we make the decisions in the homes that affect our family, that affect our friends, that affect our children, and their well-being now and then into the future. It's based on the decisions that we make and the actions that we take. So when I got back into medical school, my aim was to go through medical school and then do some work with women. So in the US, you call them OB/GYN, something like that. In UK, we call them obstetrics and gynecology. To go that line, equip me and everything else so I can go back home and do the work. So I did a bit of that in the UK. Having gone to Ghana, I'm always looking out for women particularly, but if men come along, I'm not going to say no, because we all can achieve and do better and work on ourselves to work on our dreams to achieve what it is we want to achieve. So women who, for whatever reason, whether it's because you had children at an early stage, or your home wasn't ideal, or you didn't feel you had a supportive, for whatever reason, you've not been able to do what it is that you feel you've got to do, or you got into university and you were asked to do something else, or in school, your majors or whatever was changed, so you were not able to do what it is you wanted to do. Or you had a dream, but people were saying, oh, nothing's going to come out of this, writing a book or writing songs, what are you going to get out of it? And so we've always pushed our dreams and what we want to do to the fore, so we can look after the children, run a home, pay the bills. So we hadn't done what we really, really could have done. And because I feel that people like that have the energy and the passion to be able to pursue what it is they want to do in life, anything. So we're not talking, big degrees. We're not talking big things, but the little things in life that you've always really wanted to do that you've not been able to do. I think it's a time, especially women, when it gets to our time, maybe the children are grown and gone, or, you're quite comfortable now in your career, but you're still thinking that there's a little bit more. Do you understand? Because I think that we perform maximally and we are the most happiest when we are true to ourselves. We know what our calling is, or where our passion is, or where our talents are, where our giftings are, and we're working in that area. And so these are the kind of things that excite me. If I see a group of women like that, I'm truly excited. And this is why I say we live passionately, wherever it is that makes you happy, that gets you fulfilled. That is what you've got to be doing, putting more your energy and effort in it to get better at it. And if you get good enough to be able to, if it's a hobby, for example, you get good enough to then to be able to sell it and make money out of it. Do you understand? Then you are working in your area of strength and making money out of it. So these are some of the things that I like to do. At the moment in Ghana, I'm doing all sorts of other things as well, because there's other needs. But to work with women, just so they can be true to themselves, see a bigger and a better version of I can't even talk, of themselves. It's what I think is exciting at the moment. So I have a dream. I still do have a dream. There's so many things happening in Ghana, and I'll get there. It just takes time, but I'm getting there gradually.
Because you are actually very much a life and leadership coach. That's what you're very, very clever at doing.
Yes.
Helping people to achieve just this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you apply it to yourself as well.
I did. I mean, certainly. So I had a period where I felt really low and down, and I felt that I hadn't done what it is I wanted to do. So I had 2 children then. I was a single parent. I became really, very, very, very fearful that maybe I'll get so depressed that the state or social services will take my children away from me. So I got myself off to the library and got 2 books. And one book changed my life. Because in that book, they were saying how you can set goals for yourself, how you can work on, the sides, your strengths, find out what your strengths are, how you can work on those strengths. How you surround yourself with the kind of people who are going in the direction that you want to go. Because if you have people who don't understand your dreams and your visions, they only pull you back. And I know that for certain. So I benefited from coaching or somebody holding your hands at it, not telling you what to do, but holding your hands and bringing the best out of you, the qualities that you already have that probably has been hidden because of past experiences, bringing it all and channeling it in the direction that you want to go. So I benefited from that. So I then went on and trained with 2 different schools, all based in the US, to become a coach, to coach, to be able to coach and help others, help them from where they are to really where they want to be, help them see a bigger future and a clearer future for themselves, whatever way it is they want to see, whether they want to go back to college or start that business or pick up an instrument and learn how to play music or go out and start walking a bit, running a bit and keeping fit. Do you understand? Whatever it is that you've always been wanting to do, but for some reason it hasn't happened, that we all can be encouraged to go in the direction of our hearts, really, because that's where we're going to get the maximum impact and fulfillment and joy. And so it worked for me, and I know it's worked for so many people. I know it'll work for anybody who wants to try a bit of that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you're incredibly clever at that, because you are very connected with people. You connect yourself very deeply with people.
Yes. I think that especially as we get older, she says, as we get older, that we make more meaningful connections or find more meaningful friends, and maybe not many, but people who maybe understand you, people who are going in the direction that you want to go. You don't want people who are backbiting and have nothing positive to say to you or about you or anything, but you want people who are like-minded. You're networking. So as time has gone on, I am always looking at networks, forming good relationships, finding friends. When we go out to meetings and stuff like that, maybe I might have one or two, I'll take one or two numbers and then follow up on one, so that you're expanding your network. Because no man is an island. I think we function better if we've got a few people who we know, love, like, and trust, and we're all going in the same direction. So making new friends and getting connected, I've had to learn to do that. It hasn't always been easy for me. Everything's a learning procedure.
Amazing. There's something I want to tell the audience that you did, because I think it's just amazing. Most people go, oh, that would be lovely if I could do that, or, oh, what a dream. But you do more than that. You actually bring your dreams into a vision, which is organized. You create solutions, you make it possible. It becomes a reality. And one of those dreams was buying a farm, which you have done. And we've got some beautiful photographs. So while you talk about this adventure into farming amongst everything else that you do, here it is. It's just beautiful, this farm in Ghana. So yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so farming was not really anything that I wanted to do. It wasn't. I mean, I was planning to go to Ghana, work with women and all that kind of stuff. And farming wasn't one of it at all. But when I got to Gibraltar, a friend started talking to me about he's got a farm. He wants me, if I can invest in the farm and things like that. I'm thinking, nah, farming is not really me. But in the summer, when I drove around Spain, we went to a few farms, one or two farms, and they were so beautiful. I mean, you can have your farmhouse. And you could do you understand? You have your own swimming pool. Do you understand? You can do whatever you want to do in the farmhouse. And in Ghana, it is easy to do that. Much, much easier for me to have a farmhouse, do whatever I want to do. It's compared to the UK or maybe the US, where there's a lot more legislation. You can't do this. You can do that. You can't do this. So I went into farming. So this is one of, this was last year when we started with our tomatoes. Those are tomatoes that you can see, and in the background we have some maize. Yes, we actually farm very differently. We know the number of plants we've got, how much water they need, how much the tomatoes, how much we're going to pluck per plant. We are actually putting the science to it, because there is farming happening in Ghana, but it's still a very basic form of farming. So we are putting a lot more. People are farming. We are putting a lot more science into the farming. And whilst as this is quite a big operation, I mean, people can also have their own homes, in their own homes, grow their own vegetables, grow their own tomatoes, grow their own peppers, grow their own lettuce, grow their own, whatever it is, organically. They can do that easily. They can, we are also developing a system where you can produce your own gas, for example, to cook. So you don't have to rely on the main gas. We're developing all that. So there are opportunities to do things differently here in Ghana. And the nation, the country Ghana, would what I'll say, not rely, but will welcome people who want to do things differently, and put a little bit back into the country and do things differently. We ourselves, because we've done a farm, and these are tomatoes that we sold over the summer, maybe we're talking August, September. We have developed a few techniques that we are showing people what to do, how you can lay out your farm. We can give you drone pictures, lay it out, put the irrigation in, because one of the things that doesn't happen too much in Ghana is that we all depend on the rain to water our yes. So in the rainy season, we have enough food, but in the dry season, which is about now, it's the dry season, December, January, February, March in Ghana, it has no rain. So then lots of farmers don't grow anything. This is one of the reasons why farming is not profitable in Ghana, because half the year you're not growing anything. And you're only growing the time when it's raining. So now we are telling people that you can actually put in irrigation. So that's what the black pipes you can see on the put in irrigation, so that you can grow food the whole year round. And this is how farmers then can become a bit more self-sufficient and then financially stable. So we are, a group of us, it's not just us, maybe all the farmers, maybe just 3, 4, 5% of people actually have irrigation the way we do. So these are techniques that we are encouraging other people to do. It takes a bit of planning in the beginning and a bit of capital outlay in the beginning, because you need to purchase all those equipments. But if you buy them in the beginning, these things will take you 5 years, 10 years. It's still yes. So we have developed some techniques. We have developed some policies and procedures, which we are happy to share with other people, because we do run a consultancy, farm setup consultancy as well. That's people, if that's what people want to do, they we can help them with. So farming wasn't part of my thing at all, but the opportunity came up, and I've learned a lot out of it, and I continue to learn, because we are developing new systems all the time. So in addition to getting women excited about their lives and doing whatever they want to do, if it's farming you want to do, then yes, you got me. We are able to help in that respect.
Brilliant.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We're going to take a short break now, once again, and can we carry on this conversation when we get back? Because
I would love to. Can't stop talking about it.
I want to hear a bit more about this.
Yes. I don't know. Are there people listening, or are we going to get questions basically at the end of it?
People may put a chat in, because we're global. It gets a bit difficult.
It gets a bit difficult that way. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yes. Hopefully we get some questions in the chat. Yes. So if you're listening and you have a question, do ask, do come back. So we'll come back onto this after the short break.
Yes, good.
Welcome to Masterforce with Mushim Soot. Join us each week on Thursdays at 7 a.m. Central, live on Facebook and YouTube on the Female Solution page, as we dive into powerful topics designed to assist you in mastering your life force. Our conversations feature a diverse lineup of experts, all dedicated to your growth. Tune in weekly to discover new ways to elevate your spirit and raise your vibration. And remember, we are ascending.
What's up, guys? It's Asada, the host of the Gathering of the Griots podcast, part of the Female Solution. Want you to join us every Tuesday morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And guess what we do? We interview authors of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. The books, the experiences, the lifestyles, all of it with fervor. So be there right on the Soulful Chicago Book Fair YouTube page or on the Female Solution Facebook page. We look forward to having you and all our literary essence. Peace.
Welcome back. So let's carry on talking about the farm, because it fascinates me, because you incorporate so much. It's not just about buying a farm and growing foods. It's a whole lot more than that. So we're going to carry on being able to see the pictures, but I'm going to hand back to you so that you can carry on this story of how you're helping a lot of people.
So talking a bit more about the farm and how we're helping other people. There's so much we can do. And in so many different ways. So we like we said before, the farm, that we're able to help other people set up farms if that's what they want to do. We are able to maybe I don't know, because we do have experts. We actually brought in experts to help with this way of doing things. We are able to, having settled myself now, having being in the diaspora and back home, and we are able to help people if that's what it is they want to do. Hold their hands a little bit to navigate the waters of coming back, because for lots of people, and I know that for certain, it was for me very very difficult to think about all the life that you're leaving behind. It's because Ghana and lots of places in Africa, they are developing countries, so it will never be like it is in the US and in the UK. Where it comes to infrastructure, where it can be your internet, your phone calls, the water, the electricity and gas, it will never be like it is in the developed countries. I will always say that if you're looking at coming, that we manage the expectations a bit, that it will never be like it is in the US or in the UK, but the rewards are amazing. We have the ability, those of us who are in the diaspora and coming back, we have the ability to change things because we've seen a bit more, we know a bit more, we understand a bit more. So we see the opportunities there are, and we are able to help out a little bit more. We do know that, of course, opportunities, most opportunities come wrapped up in challenges and difficulties, and it's not almost always clear what it is that it needs to be done. Indeed, if the opportunities were straightforward and had no hassle, everybody will be doing it. It's there, easy, everybody will be doing it, and there's no rewards. But it's in those areas that it's not really very clear. We don't really understand it too much. Those are the areas, those are the challenges. So that's where the opportunities are. I have enjoyed every bit of it. It's not everything I've liked, but I have learned a lot, and I continue to learn some more. The opportunities to change lives are amazing as well. One of the things we'll be doing, in addition to our coaching, is a bit of which we've actually started, mentorship for young people. Training for young in schools, and all those are, all those kind of things are available for people who feel that that's the kind of thing they want to do.
So mentorship in which area?
So we go to schools. We go to mainly not the private schools, but the government schools, and we're talking to the children about all sorts of things, choosing right now for you to have a better future. So, for example, we're talking about choosing the right role models. We're asking them who a role model is. They will tell you all, from footballers to singers to business women. Some of them mention that it's their parents, their mom, their dad, whatever. And then we're talking about, who a correct or a good role model should be. Somebody who is doing the kind of things that you want to do, for example, who's got the traits, the qualities, the abilities, the skills of the person that you want to be, and emulating that person. It doesn't have to be a film star or somebody up there, but it could well be somebody who's just one step ahead of you. So we're talking to the children, the school, they are between maybe 10, 11, 12. We're talking to them about these things, how to choose right, what are some of the qualities that we need to develop in ourselves. And we had some great reviews. We had funded all that from out of our pockets. So we're hoping that we might be able to approach some organizations that might help us be able to maybe develop some books or some manuals or some journals, so that as they go through, they are able to record some of these things. So there's opportunities to do so many things. I mean, if people, want to come in and start their own clinics, they want to start their own shops, they want to run their own schools, they want to do, because Africa is a youthful population. I am amazed how many young people there are in Africa compared to UK, compared to the US. So it is a growing population. Anything to do with, a growing population is a good business venture. Absolutely. To look at. So it's not an easy and straightforward choice, but when you make the decision and you put all your effort into it, if that's your passion, you will find ways around the challenges. This is why it is nice to work within your area of strength or something that you really love to do, rather than something that somebody's asked you to do, because you will make it work even in the most difficult situations. Yes.
So this is something that you heavily focus on now, your life and leadership coaching.
Yes.
This is what it's all about, isn't it? Yes. So it's, I would imagine it's uniquely different for every single individual. So it's really about people coming to you, and I guess from anywhere in the world.
Yes. With thanks to technology, we can do lots of things in different places. I mean, I'm sitting here and still running some of the farms in Ghana. We've had meetings and things today. So with technology, we can do loads of things. Certainly, different people can I'm happy to speak to different people, because then we can see the needs and see whether I suit them and they suit me, whether, there's something that we can work together with, because like you're saying, people are different. What I would want to achieve is very, very different from what you want to achieve, Zanna. It's very, very different from what somebody else wants to achieve. And what you want to achieve today could be very, very different from what you want to achieve in 2 years, because that has definitely happened to me as well. I've done different things that I didn't even plan I was going to do, I've done. So you can have plans now, it could change a little bit. But so long as you're doing something in the direction of your goals or in the direction of your passion, I think you're moving on. And these are kind of things that we like to talk about and encourage people to do. Have your goals and work on it.
I think that's brilliant. I just want to let the audience know that on the bottom of the screen, they will see your email address. Mm-hmm. And so anybody with any question is able to take that email address.
Yes.
Just take a quick photo of it or write it down whilst we're on the show. Mm. And there's also your WhatsApp number, which isn't showing on the screen right now, but we will make sure that our audience have that. In fact, I think what I'm going to do, if anybody's listening right now, we'll try and get that up on the screen. But this is a WhatsApp number, which is the easiest for international messaging.
Yes.
And the number is +44 7805 278 505.
Yes.
So hopefully it will be able to come up on the screen. We've had a couple of technical hitches today, but it's not a problem at all. We'll read out that number if we're not able to get it on the screen, so that people can definitely contact you. So in a couple of minutes, we've got our last short commercial break. But I really want to focus a little bit more on the coaching that you offer people. Because I think from my perspective, you're uniquely different, in my opinion. And when you're communicating with somebody, you're able to identify out their uniqueness and focus not generically, but very much what they're about. So you can listen and then advise. So as you can tell, I'd be useless, but talk to me about what you can do for people.
Okay.
That's a tricky question, I know, but
we'll try. We'll try. So it'll be after the break. Yes. Okay.
Well, there's the WhatsApp number on the screen now. So if you're tuning in, please jot that number down or take a quick picture of it. Yeah. So
yes.
what are people expecting? What will they achieve? What will happen?
Well, I am hoping that people would, discover their true selves, because they already know. Maybe it's just, like I said, maybe hidden under, life's challenges and difficulties, or it's been pushed aside, that people will work towards discovering who it is that they really are, and build on those skills and the passion and the talents and things that people have got, to be who they really want to be. I have found mine, and I am the happiest. I'm the happiest, that I have been in a long time. Then this has nothing to do with how much money I've got in my pocket, or how big your house is, or what cars you drive, and whatever. But you wake up in the morning excited about the kind of things that you want to do for yourself. You wake up in the morning and the things that you want to target and get done in the direction that you want to go. It's not what other people have asked us to do all this time. I needed to get an education, and I did. And then you need to get married and have children, you do. And then do you understand? But it'll be things for once things that you want to do for yourself. And,
Absolutely.
and I'm hoping that women will do that for themselves, because that's how we're going to change the world, because we're doing something that we love and we are passionate about. And that will change it. Mm-hmm.
We're going to go into that commercial break now, but I want to carry on talking about that when we get back, because I think if we can inspire women, but also men, if you're feeling stuck, we'll come back and talk about that just after this short commercial break.
Great.
Hi, I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're 3 Black moms.
And in case you didn't notice the resemblance, we're also 3 sisters.
We're going to be coming to you every week, sharing our successes and our mistakes as we navigate our lives as moms, wives, sisters, daughters, and of course, Black women in today's world.
We'll talk about it all: race, politics, religion, economics, culture, and we'll take a look at everything from whether or not to use corporal punishment to how do you teach your children about sex.
Look for our upcoming book, Growing Up Charles. It's a personal story about our lives growing up in Maple Park on Chicago's South Side. I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're 3 Black moms. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 3 Black Moms.
We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, Akwaba. In Nigeria, Peleo. In South Africa, Sawubona. In Senegal, Nangadef. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, Palestine, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all. Join us live on the on-air radio network called 727-731-5192. We want to talk to you.
Welcome back. So we've literally got the last few minutes left, and I think what I wanted to do was have a final focus on what you're all about, which is helping people. That's what you do. So that's the pattern all the way through your life. So somebody could be watching this show and thinking to themselves, oh yeah, but I could never be Dr. Evelyn. I couldn't be. Or they might be thinking, oh yeah, but it's just impossible. I can't, whatever it is I want to try and do, it's just never going to be possible. So I think we've all been in that space in somewhere in our lives where we think that other people are achievers and we just can't make it. So if you're that person watching today, all they've got to do is take a screenshot or a picture of that email address or your WhatsApp number and get in touch with you. And then you're going to look after them.
That's for sure. yes, contact me, and certainly the WhatsApp. Please make it WhatsApp, because I could be traveling and you do not want to rack up a large phone bill if you call me direct. So
No.
WhatsApp me or email, yes, and email me, and then maybe for a small nominal fee in the beginning, we can just sit down and have maybe a 30-minute chat to see what it is that you want, because I've spoken on a few things, and I was going to go to Ghana and just concentrate on my coaching of women, and then other things have come up. So now, we do farming, and I'm working with young people. Other things have come up because the opportunities in Ghana is just so great. There's just so many things that need addressing. So I am more than happy to speak to that we can jump on a Zoom or a WhatsApp call, whatever is convenient, and we can have a little chat to see whether we could work together. I certainly could. It wasn't one of the things that I was planning on doing, but when I got there, because we've done it so well, like people who in the diaspora who want to come back home and settle down, we could help with that, and of course we can help with the farming, and then my one-on-one coaching, or even group coaching of women, to so that they can express a better and a greater version of themselves. I'm happy to do all that. I have benefited from coaching. I still, jump on our coaching calls with the company where we trained. And so I've benefited from coaching. And I know that people who really want, a little bit of help so they can do what it is they want to do, coaching does help. And that's what we are here for.
Coaching does help, because if you think about it, if you're stuck, or if you're on a low, or if you're feeling like hopeless, that, I can't do it now, I'm too old, or I can't do that, I'm just a kid, whatever, either end of the spectrum. When we talk to somebody who gives us guidance and inspiration and encourages us to be, committed to our dreams, our visions, and how we can go about it, there's so much that we can actually still achieve. So anybody that's in a slightly negative zone right now, you can actually kickstart your 2026 with a completely different focus and a positive thought process, positive way forward. So, I think that you're very clever at doing that. You're not focusing on only a category of people. It's anybody.
Yes. Anyone who feels that they're a bit stuck, like you're saying, that they just a bit of clarity in their thought. Because like we believe that we have the answers within us. We know what it is that we want. Maybe it just needs a bit of unpacking, or maybe some ideas, or some questions to get you thinking again. So you can get going. And lots of people are able, to start themselves, but then they need, somebody to be accountable to, somebody who's, who will ask them the difficult questions. You said you were going to do this one A, B, C, D in 2 weeks, and why have you not done it, or what stopped you doing it, or what should we put in place so you'll be able to do what it is that you said you want to do for yourself. So having somebody on your side, because you remember, their coach is your number one advocate. The coach is in your interest. It's not in the interest of the company you work for, or in the interest of your mom or dad or your friends. Your coach is your number one cheerleader, whatever. That's what your coach is supposed to be for you. You're just wanting what you want to achieve. They will coach you, and they will push you in that direction. And that's what coaches do. And that's what I'm happy to do for people who feel that that's what they need to just get them going. The other thing I want to say about goals, and this is a really good time as the year comes to an end, is for us to begin to start thinking about what it is that we want to achieve maybe in the next 6 months, or what we want to be able to achieve in the next 12 months, for example. This is a time for us to begin to build a picture for ourselves. Where do I want to be in the next maybe 2 years? Ask yourself the question. So if I had all the money, and I had all the support, and I had none of the barriers that I've got now. What would life be like for me? So these are some of the questions you want to ask yourself. If you can paint that picture vividly in your mind, in your heart, your mind, whatever, then you'll be able to break that vision down into, parts that you can work towards. Because because it's by being intentional about what you're doing, that's how you're going to get to where it is you want to get to. So, for example, for me, when I realized I needed to get to medical school, I had to sit down and think of the processes that I need. And I still got the book where I put down all my goals and everything. I still got that book. That's what the year 2000. That's when I started all this. Still got that book.
You bought yourself a book
like that.
And you wrote in it
I wrote in it what I need to do. So I need to phone the medical schools. I need to get this exam ready. I need to fill these forms in, and it's all with dates on it. So every week I knew what I was supposed to be doing. I was taking them off, because then it is one step at a time, step by step by step. So big goals are broken down into small goals, and you attack those goals, and that's how you get to where you want to get to. Because at times the goals are so big that you do not know how to do it. So these are the kind of things that your coach should help you do.
So that's the beauty, isn't it, of having a coach?
Yes.
So to not think, I couldn't have a coach, but to reach out to you and find out if you can. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think sometimes when we try to do things on our own completely, it can be pretty heavy going. But you said something very interesting, which is when you have that coaching, when you have that backing, that person supporting you and guiding you, you have an accountability. You're accountable to making sure that I haven't done that yet, because when you're in a heavy place, you tend to put things aside and go, I'll do it tomorrow. But then it's like, oh no, I've got a meeting with Dr. Evelyn at the end of the week. I better do it now.
Yes, that is all part of it, being somebody holding you accountable for what it is that you said you will do. Because hopefully that we will draw some of these things together. I'm not going to say you do this, but we will. Do you understand? In the discussions, we will outline the things that you can do, and then you're doing them. Because being successful and getting to where you want to be, it's all about being accountable, even if it's to yourself, that you've made a promise to yourself. You will not fail yourself, that you'll do what it is that you need to do to get you where you want to go. Because it's just so easy not to do anything. It's always the easier choice to do nothing. But if we want to get somewhere, we've got to be doing something. Yes.
Yeah. Evelyn, Dr. Evelyn, I think you are outstanding. I love you to bits. You're brilliant.
Thank you very much.
You are an incredibly empowering character. So you inspire people, but you are, on the other side of it, incredibly passionate about people, kind, caring, and your approach is honest and honourable. I would recommend you to the whole world, to be honest with you.
Thank you very much. You're very kind, Zanna.
I know, but I adore you. I think you're amazing. For our audience, there is the contact for Dr. Evelyn, her email address, and also the WhatsApp number. Of course, you can always go back to the recording or take a quick screenshot. Thank you so much. It's been amazing. Any last word at all?
My last word is that you only live once. You only live once, so you do it and do it well, do it passionately, and yes, that's all I can say. We
no matter what age you are, it doesn't matter.
Yes, not at all. I was the oldest in my class in med school. I was the oldest. I had children. My children were teenagers. I was the oldest. But at my age did not stop me doing, what I need to do. And I've set other goals for myself since I've been in the UK as well. That it will shock people when they realize what I'm doing. But I have to push myself every time. And you only live once. Do the things that makes you excited and makes you, makes you happy, really, and just go for it. Yes.
Fantastic. Just go for it. It's been amazing. Thank you hugely, and I would love to have you on the show again.
Oh, I'd love to be back again if that's what people want. Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, ngiyabonga. Senegal, jareh. Kenya, asante. Israel, toda. Pakistan, shukriya. Afghanistan, tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.